welcome back. What is NASA exactly? NASA is a gigantic exploring that really in space really amazes. It's really the discovery of space. But by far, NASA is also connecting with other things. And in this universe, there is no gigantic thing wrong that is doing NASA, except its predictions may be wrong, and we don't know if it is wrong or not. NetHeaven.com. Okay, NASA is gigantically cuter, but we're not just going to talk about NASA. We're going to be talking about space and the universe and how is the connection of the stars and the universe are. So, there are stars, planets. Since literally planet Earth has been developing NASA, satellites, and mammoths. But it's 2015, and the first satellite was sent already to, I think, Pluto. What was it called? It was Pluto. By Pluto, or that other planet that's really cold. But both of them are the furthest away from the sun in the known universe. The known universe is examined by NASA, and also a faraway universe that we don't know. But in this universe, space is gigantic. And how big is it? Like Earth is gigantic, but which is like 7 billion more light years away, or some gigantic number that's even bigger than that, or gigantic. In light year counts, Jupiter is giganticer than Earth by far, and Jupiter has been a gigantic. Or was that another planet? I cannot know. It's Jupiter. Yeah, I think it's Jupiter, but I don't know in gigantic things. But in fact, Mars is gigantically the same, almost the same size as Earth. It actually is pretty very close, like a few miles away from like 3 hours away. If Mars were growing until it grown really fast, really fast, to actually be the biggest. But the NASA part is gigantic. NASA is a predictor of bigger. It is sent to send rockets to the moon. NASA is NASA. NASA. But NASA standards is, you think of NASA as a satellite or sending a man to the moon. But in fact, since the 1969 or other places, there has been exertions of the moon and many of the powers of NASA. But NASA is actually a pretty powerful predictor, and has gone things a lot right in the past few years. And how NASA is gigantic with these ideas is because NASA has been exploring the gigantic immense of the universe. But the universe is not all which NASA's power remains on. NASA's made billions of dollars of predicting the universe and how it will be like. And thanks to NASA, we get things like examiners' territories, or whoa, and I don't know which one. The NASA and the universe has connected. Even the setting of NASA and the universe is connected. Even how big NASA and the universe is connected. Even how gigantic in the power is. But the gigantic exploring the moon doesn't have that much videotapings. But NASA has remained its pictures that does, with rocks examining on Mars and all those other things. You usually can get a lot of examining into NASA and how much NASA does this. And in power, what is NASA? You have to connect with space on this idea. So these were some facts that we know. And also Mars rocks are then gigantically common for people trying to see alien life forms. But that's not really a big beginning. And let's not forget stars are very important by the instinct. But this 7-minute video is going to be gigantically unfolded. And I forgot a lot about stars. Well, I was going to do this 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but now there's going to be a 7-minute and 30-second video because we have to connect the universe stars. Okay, I didn't really say stars in the last half, and it's already been half of the video. But what's amazinger about this idea is the stars. Stars are pretty important in NASA. NASA's prediction with gigantic amounts of stars. It probably does not remain powerful as much, but planets like around the Earth, or stars you would name. In space, it's dark and you can't breathe. That's nearly impossible for there's no air, but I can imagine no air. For those few seconds, I wasn't breathing. In the power of the time, I completely say that this NASA days I've been connecting with stars. Stars have been lightly, like our sun. The sun has been pretty important. The sun is a gigantic star, but all stars are pretty much as big as the sun. They just look tiny from here, and that is how the Earth goes round. The Earth goes round in the NASA Quality Center, so it's really a sphere, but not truly a sphere. It's built on an axis that NASA predicted pretty fastly. Now, I'm doing this video fast because I don't have that much seconds left, and I have a way has seen. The Earth goes round. People didn't know that back then, but then they found out. And those were some facts about NASA. NASA is connected with space, and we're going to send the billionaire NASA and how powerful it is and what is connections with the great NASA.